Top of the day to you all. You know, this is a fantastic thing I just figured out. It's cranberry apple with a spot of house wine. Excellent. It's like a champagne of something, huh? Cranberry apple cider with a little house wine. Anyway, continuing, he's coming along, huh? He's coming along. More on this Fukushima, my letters to authorities in Canada, and I was just going through my correspondence, and in fact, my first correspondence to the minister responsible, called Kent, Minister of the Environment, March 21st is of 2011 is when I sent my first inquiry on this Fukushima thing, and I have documentation. I'm going to attach some of this underneath below, but my first one was March 21st to Minister Kent, just asking whether or not the government is looking at the readings from Fukushima as the jet stream brings it across towards us. So, and basically what I got back was the Honorable Peter Kent, Minister of the Environment, has passing the buck to Joe Oliver, Minister of Natural Resources, a copy of your correspondence March 21st, 2011, regarding nuclear energy in Canada and alternative sources of energy. Bullshit. I never asked about nuclear energy and alternative energy and anything. They don't even respond to your direct question. So I get this response, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Gone. Forget about this one. So they went into the whole blah, blah, blah about nuclear energy. Yes, and we're doing this and regulations and da, 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 da. Forget it. Next one. Okay, so I wrote, this is following up to this. Thank you, Mark. Now, Mark was this guy, Mark Corey, responsible for the Minister of the Environment. He's another gopher kind of lackey who's pacifying people. I said, thank you, Mark, for your responses. Unfortunately, I have to properly look at this. Let's see where I have this. Unfortunately, you still haven't answered our question. That being, when are you going to give us radiation reading levels throughout Canada that has arrived as a result of the Fukushima disaster? I do not trust the findings of the Established Safety and Control Act, also because I have no information except this rhetoric that you're giving me. And at least I need to see from you personally your guarantee, this is what I wrote, that what the reading levels are right now. Can you please stop avoiding this question and send those to us in a link, if blah, 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 and actually Maria signed this one. Okay, that was the second one. And what did I get back? The next phase. And again, I get this sort of Peter Kent, Honorable, going through the blah, blah, blah of regulatory regime and everything. Right, as we continue, now we're in August, beginning of August, and this Mark Corey fellow passed me on to somebody called Ms. Peterson, okay? Miss Peterson. So Ms. Peterson has sent me a communique saying again how dedicated this government is to making sure everybody is safe and blah, 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 and citing regulations and not really answering or responding to my initial question. Here is my response. Dear Ms. Peterson, thank you for your reply to my query regarding actual nuclear radiation in the environment. I must say I was surprised at the assertion on your radiation monitoring website that background radiation, get this, background radiation was even lower in March and April after the Fukushima disaster. Isn't that fabulous? It's even less. A major explosion, nuclear particles are streaming through the atmosphere, and it's even less. Now, obviously, we're stupid. We're stupid, right? Okay. That makes no sense. I'm continuing. That makes no sense, considering the disaster now appears to be many times worse than Chernobyl. I was already saying this in August. I would appreciate your response to a video. Now, this is interesting. Connecting Dots has been fabulous in documenting the increasing levels of radiation. Connecting Dots did an across Canada tour with his Geiger counter, looking what the hot spots are. I even contributed to his tour. And anyway, I sent Ms. Peterson a video that Connecting Dots did, taking readings from rainfall and whatever. So anyway, I would appreciate, I say this to Peterson, I would appreciate your response to a video, I will attach this video, by a person who lives near Toronto, or he took the readings near Toronto, who has in fact encountered radiation many times higher than your official government radiation monitoring networks are reporting. Please tell me this video is a hoax and my concerns are unfounded. Go down, scroll down. If, however, there is truth to what this person is saying, for all our sakes, you must let us know if we are at risk of contamination from the radioactive fallout as a consequence of the Fukushima disaster. Respectfully but worried, signed again by my wife, Maria. Continuing. Now, I just want to, before I read Ms. Peterson's response to my query about Connecting Dots video, I just want to clarify here how insidious this infrastructure of government has become. Number one, anyone has a serious inquiry, there is a placation process in place. Obviously, I'm just a little peon in the population and they'll try to get rid of you, especially if you have something that might suggest is something wrong. So you don't really get listened to if something is wrong. They don't want to hear about you. So anyway, this is, and I believe, I have this correspondence, and this individual is liable for what she said. She is liable for what she said and ignored in regard to what my question was. She is brushing it all aside, saying there is no danger from radiation, and she is on, you know what? Harper, he's not on the line. He's got these little gophers taking care of business for him. She's on the line. She is liable for what she's saying. Now, here's her response. Dear Ms. Kostelec and Mr. Ackerman, the video describes a known phenomenon related to the rain. I hope the following explanation helps. This is the Connecting Dots Canada Tour video. Okay. An increase in the ambient radioactivity level during and shortly after rainfall is perfectly normal. Naturally occurring radioactive isotopes are present everywhere in the atmosphere. Two very common sources of natural radioactivity found in the atmosphere are radon gas related from bedrock and soils, as well as elements generated by the interactions of solar and cosmic radiation with the Earth's upper atmosphere. When rain is produced within the clouds, the falling water droplets will literally wash, and I'm going to blah, 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 blah. I'll attach this, you can read this. I think it's more, otherwise it's too long. She's going through this whole thing about, you know, normally a million years ago, rain falls, there's radioactivity in the air. Hey, we've got like 500 nuclear plants around the planet spewing out this shit, and we're getting cooked by it. And she's talking about rainfall from a million years ago. Okay, now she says directly to Connecting Dots. Unfortunately, the person doing this test did not recheck the levels, which would have shown the radionuclides are indeed short-lived. The magnitude of the time of the year, but in general, the magnitude of the increase in the background radioactivity level in air during rain varies depending on the location and time of the year, but in general can be 2 to 7 times higher. Increases can be substantially higher for water samples, so he should not be comparing levels in air to water. While these increases may appear large, it's important to understand that the natural background radiation levels and radioactivity levels and these weather-related variations are extremely small and negligible from a health impact point of view. Health Canada has been operating in Canada wide radiation monitoring program since 1959, which by the way stopped shortly after Fukushima. Since 1959, and then we have no more radiation levels. This rain-related natural phenomena is well known and understood and has been seen consistently throughout the years at our monitoring locations. This is criminal. This is absolutely criminal. That everybody knows this place blew up, and she's giving this, song and dance about, archetypal rainfalls from prehistoric times. It's got nothing to do with that anymore. We're in a different level. Anyway, I'm going to attach this at the bottom of the video, and you see for yourself the negligence being practiced by these low-level operatives in the government who are just running, they're what do you call that? They're scuttling us away, and the heads, and I think the heads need to roll on all these people, including all the way to the top, to the Harper. These people need to be confronted with the absolute genocide that's occurring here. This is out bloody rageous, and I'm just, for what it's worth, I'm documenting. March 21st was when I started this, 2011, and there's a lot of other people just like me who've known this to be a major issue.